have meeting notes also, sir.
Yeah, give me a second. HR notes. All right, I've got the video fired up, so we're recording now. And welcome in, Vidi. Vidi's also here too as well. And I will be taking notes as we go through this discussion today on Friday, May 29th. Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead and begin. Back to you, Chair.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Nara.
I hope everyone's feel okay, great today. Because we're going to have happy hour.
Yay! Happy hour.
Yes, okay. So today I'm going to be the chairperson of our HR meetings, and then Jing will be secretary and recorder. Okay, so maybe a little bit brief, reciting for Paris. So in here, HR chapters, we have this chapter mission, which is, as you can see, the greatest professional hospitality, innovation network in the world to build innovation culture for leading the global hospitality industry. And then we do have some initiatives, as I already briefed you the other day. There are A to J initiatives so far, with one person in charge for each card. And then so far for our new idea nest is about our video call. It's haven't been administered, webinar networking, and Asia exchange partnership so far. Okay, so let's go to the first start from Fidi actually. Fidi, can you tell me the update about overseas ID tools usage?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chair. So for B1, the overall basic intermediate usage of the 3IT tools in the common level has been done according to it's tied to the initiative of B10. And the latest observation I've done is the Scrum, and also I've also observed the other boards or chapters. And I think overall the usage is already done, but maybe we still have to improve the skills in using the tools, just like according to the questionnaire result. But maybe to pinpoint, there's also the structure change in the board of DM, right? I would like to ask actually, Mr. Jing, like, is it more efficient, or what's the comment for that? Because it's outside of this initiative, so
Yes.
I don't have any decision. Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done, Vidi, is that Diva came up with. I've had a discussion with Diva related to the chapter. So this discussion was around how are we going to eventually pivot to have individual or initiative level meetings instead of chapter level meetings. And with DM, there was also an additional concern that instead of pursuing certain, I think they had it originally arranged according to certain skill sets, web SEO, branding, whatever, and it was getting distracting. It was getting distracting because they felt that they weren't focusing enough on a mission. They were just focusing on developing skill sets. So in this particular regard, I've let Diva experiment and create her own new organization. And what I've told them is that this is the very essence of innovation, and they are free to try it out to see if it works and evolve it. What we're seeing right now is that there are some inefficiencies because it is taking longer, and it's a little bit more complex because when you arrange the cards by name, these are faster to deliver. But if you arrange according to initiative, it is slower because you need to filter out by name first. So I've thought about, let's say, the efficiency versus the, let's say, alignment benefits, and I'm going to allow Diva to try this out. So if it works, and I hope it does, because there are some implications, I think that could help every chapter if we focus on initiative level rather than on a person level. That could be actually a new pivot for the entire company too as well. So Diva's kind of branching right now. In code speak, Diva's made a branch, and essentially if it succeeds, we'll merge it back into the general rule and make it a new practice. Okay.
So yeah, but basically thank you for the response, sir. But it's outside of this initiative scope. So I propose to move this initiative to done because it's already I've already done the observation and the result is already there according to the questionnaire. What do you say, Miss Chair?
Okay, so you're talking about the initiative HRB 1.0, right?
HRB 1, so I propose it to be considered done since the observation has been done. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. G.
Yes, I have actually a new proposal. Can we make it done and can we make it a template as well? And the reason for that is because in the future, I think we can take this playbook and we can run it again for new IT tools. So because this is, I think, a successful program, we don't need to reinvent the wheel each time when we want to add a new tool to our company vocabulary. So what I proposed, and this I did with Kiki just the other day, is that we put it on done, but we also make it a template, and maybe we can even put it in the gallery of success. That was a new list I put into. So the gallery of success are things that we want to copy in the future. These are successful pivots, and we don't need to redo a pivot ever again. We can just go to the gallery of success, go like, oh yeah, that worked. Let me just copy that and just add a new flavor to it. Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, PD, you moved it to the not done then in the gallery of success.
Okay, I've done move it to done and also made a template of it. So next, is it next initiative?
Yes, add bigger tutorial.
Okay, so for this one, I've planned to make the paper, but I first contacted Kabayu regarding it, and there's no existing tutorial. And when I inquired, Kabayu mentioned that bigger is supposed to be self-explanatory. So yeah, I'm opening the forum to whether we actually have to make the tutorial for it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Okay,
discussion.
so okay, this one is actually brought up because my request the other day about an
Yeah.
okay. So basically, from my side, the frictions was just about. I think maybe if you want to make a bigger tutorial, just make a simple one. As
Okay.
it doesn't have to be like specific for content because I understand in bigger there are like chapter for content and
Yeah.
then interface for content for other chapter is different, right? HAR or for
Correct.
HR. So I think what needs to be added in the tutorial is just how to sign up themselves.
Okay. Got it. So I propose to move it to the due date to Monday, then,
Yes,
if
okay.
I may.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you. That's
thank
it
you,
for
Budi.
PW00.
Yes, okay, let's go to the next text from Kiki actually. Let's start on the dating session.
Oh, sorry for B1.
Yes,
For B1, ma'am. Wait. Sorry. I think I moved the wrong.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why. Where is it? Ah,
Can you
Sure.
move it to done?
yes, the questionnaire. Okay, I moved it to done. Sorry. So it's wrong. Yes. So
Okay.
I move it back to my yep, and it's B10. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yes. So for B10, we have the questionnaire result. We have 17 out of 18 responses, and the details can be seen in the activity list. But overall, the initiative for B1 has been succeeded because according to the questionnaire result, everybody's using it. To summarize, the difficulty level is Slack is most difficult, and then Google Calendar, then Trello. And there are also some other improvements that could be done, but it will be in the next initiatives. But the details are already written in the
Very
activity.
nice.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, PD, for administering the questionnaire. Okay, let's move to Kiki then, next one. Kiki, floor is yours, starting from the dating session.
Okay, thank you, Aura, for my first course dating session 101 on Slack. Gani and Pauwayana dating session were done. Rizal and Bayu's date started tomorrow and already arranged the schedule. Just for additional feedback, Rizal have told me before that he barely update their Google Calendar, and I wonder whether other employees in our team barely update their Google Calendar also. So yeah, it's just a feedback. I think we could discuss it further for the mainstreaming using Google Calendar or mainstreaming updates, Google Calendar updates. So yeah, and also next for my next part, National University Relationship updates. So UNER already published. I'm sorry. UNER already accept our internship offer and will spread the words to their students. But they haven't mentioned a specific time, and I already asked the specific time through follow-up email.
No. Okay. So maybe just update for Jing actually. I understand that UNER is already on the no list of our
Mhm.
relations, but one of the lecturer actually get back to me, sir. So that's why I have to
Yeah.
follow up. So then I passed it on for Kiki to actually
Yeah.
talk to UNER.
Okay, let's deal with what we have.
Mhm.
Let's just be more stringent on the selection level then. Yeah.
Okay. Next one, Kiki.
Okay. Thank you, Aura. And also for networking with lecturer. Um, so I got connected with one lecturer from computer science UI and two lecturer assistants from UNER. But I haven't mentioned partnership offer yet. Just saying that I'm I'm from Bukit Vista and I'm interested in your LinkedIn posting, etc. I'm planning to building trust first, and then I offer the partnership later. While I'm trying to connect with other lecturers, so that's my plan so
Okay. So
far.
Kiki, for this card, there are
Yep,
two lecturers, yeah, that you contacted.
there are one lecturer and two assistant lecturers. The reason why I connect with assistant lecturer too because they are more what's okay bahasa Indonesianya they are more fluent in using LinkedIn. I think they are more active
Okay.
in
Okay, please
using
put that
LinkedIn.
on the
So
activity, yeah, so that we can
okay,
understand more clearly how many lecturers or people that you contacted. Okay, and
okay, got it.
then go to the next one about you are global.
So for you are global. I already contacted National Singapore University, specifically from business school, computing school, analytics and operation major, management and organization major, and marketing major. And I just checked on Google, and SU is actually taking day off. It's probably Idul Fitri, and I expect them to read our message on next Monday. And I'm currently sending email to Nanjing Technological University and continue receiving email on Singapore universities.
Okay,
Yep, that's my update for University of Relation Global. And also, yeah, for this, I suggest you guys to open my paper that I attach. It's the last link. So I already list some kind of a feedback matrix. Wait, it's loading. Uh, Wait, it's loading. Maybe maybe you guys can read that. So there are three incubators that I already approached, and but they are pretty slow respond during Idul Fitri season. So I kind of private other incubators. There are Orange, Unpad, and also UI incubator. We approach UI incubator actually.
okay, very well.
And yeah, that's all the detailed timing, strategy, etc. It's attached in the paper, and I will keep updating that on the paper.
Okay.
And and that's
For webinar, Kiki.
and for webinar, yeah. So already discussed with Unpad student organization, and we will continue our conversation on 8th June because they have examination, something like that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kiki,
Um.
for the updates. Is
mm,
there any other updates?
mm, oh yeah, for the Unpad student, they asked about internship program in Bukit Vista, and also we discussed the webinar. But I want to ask whether the specific theme for the discussion. So I suggest the general theme. Actually, it's related to startup and hospitality in general, but I suggest them to create a list of specific theme that that they want, because I don't want to dictate the specific theme that's not related to what they want.
Okay, Kiki,
So
please write it on
yeah,
the
we will discuss it later.
yes, and
Just
have like
just that.
breakout rooms for that. Okay, maybe Mr. Secretary, would you please write
Okay.
down that Kiki would like to have a discussion about the theme of webinar with Unpad student
Mm,
on the meeting notes.
mm.
Okay. Okay, and then next board is actually to Dean, maybe starting from the HRF 2.0, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Chair. So, kind of like in a sorry, I actually got a little bit of a delay. The power meter in my house was about to go out, but
Yeah.
it's okay now. Um,
Okay.
all right, so the first card, HRF 2.0. This is a culture of giving leadership feedback. I believe Faris has actually watched that a few times today. And this is my update. So HAR is fluent, DM is very fluent, community management is very fluent, HR is fluent, RM is fluent on this. So this process is already, I think, in progress, and I'll continue it. I'll continue monitoring until June 6th. And after June 6th, I will stop monitoring, and I'll assume that this has already become part of culture. Okay, pressing the letter J and advancing to the next card. So my next card is, okay, this is actually a discussion that I just opened moments ago. So about pivots and reusing templates on travel cards. So I have a hypothesis, and I think it's this. We can actually reuse cards through templates to install good practices and culture. I actually noticed even Kiki, like when she created her new card, I don't think she's using a template. I think Kiki's actually creating actually a brand new card, because I saw some of the formatting was new. So what I'm suggesting is we keep existing, let's say, good practices fluent in the company by reusing pivot cards. So once we have a successful pivot, we make a template and we can put it on. Okay, let's call it not the done stack, but the gallery of success. We put it on the gallery of success stack, and then we keep the hypothesis and intended outcomes, because those are proven hypothesis and proven outcome. And we just build new iterations. For example, let's say Vidi's most recent project of getting everybody to use the 3 tools. If we had a 4th or a 5th tool, we don't need to write an entirely new game plan. We can just take that card and add what new tool we want everyone to learn. And anybody, even an intern, can execute that plan, because the plan has already been proven to succeed. If it's a bad pivot, then we can do a similar thing. We make a template, but we take the template and we throw it on the abandoned stack, and we work on a new pivot from the abandoned pivot. So no matter what, we can still use templates to actually create new cards. That then stops from reinventing the wheel over and over again, which I see happen frequently in Bukit Vista 3. Okay, what I believe this is this will essentially allow us as a company to build progressively. We don't have to go to the beginning again and build. We can build on what we've already built in the past. And I'm starting this today, or I started it actually 2 days ago. And the update is the MVP is happening right here. So we already got to see that right just a few moments ago when Vidi moved his card over. Okay. Also, to illustrate, we have 3 other successful projects that I am borrowing from already. Masterclass with Chandra, I think that is a template. I'm using that as a template to build a new masterclass for intern orientation, which I'm doing with Faris right now. So that is reusing masterclass there. Update on National UR was the one done by Kiki. Kiki's work is actually the reason I believe why Faris is here right now. And she was able to reach out to these different programs at ATB to communicate and offer that. I think that is something that we could reuse. And streamline the company using better tools is already there. Okay, so that is essentially my new pivot, HRF.4. Next one, HRG1. This is orientation video training with Faris. So the hypothesis is we can actually leverage Faris's onboarding experience right now to develop future training materials. So as Faris is going through his CEO shadowing experience with me, I'm recording it, and in the future we can structure that so that can be training material for Ara to integrate into her onboarding program. So that way she will have the content that she needs to integrate into her program. And yeah, so that's being produced right now. I have 3 videos already ready about Socratic method. Yes, to the chair.
Okay. Yeah, maybe can you mention like is it going to be applicable for any chapters for any candidates or
Yes.
specifically for content?
Yes, I think the material that we're covering with Faras right now is general orientation material. This is for everybody who joins Bukit Vista should know about core values. They should know about the Socratic method. They should know the company mission values and such. So broad range at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And moving on to the next card on. Oh, I got into an HR brainstorm last night, so I started popping off a lot of cards. I'm going to start initiative H1.0, and this is seeking professional guidance and mentorship from ex-Airbnb employees. So what the intended outcome is to develop efficient workflows and processes for onboarding, training, and retaining new employees. So Ara is already getting started with her side of the bridge on that particular initiative. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check that and verify that with people who've done such things before at companies like Airbnb, which generally have very high employee satisfaction. So we want to ultimately get a new employee up to speed in the minimal amount of time, so a small training frame, but also quality training at the same time. So we're seeking systematic knowledge from experts, and we can arrive at a faster solution for building and iterating on our own system. We will know this works if we see employee retention improvements, also training and onboarding times being reduced. So I'm starting that today, I guess, and I've already reached out to the following people on my activity list. I've included all their emails, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to delegate this work to Nadine to set up the meetings, because somebody has to go back and check all these links to make sure that this person has responded or not and set up the meeting. So I'm gonna talk to Nadine to delegate that to her, and when we have meetings, the meetings will start appearing on this card, and then I'd like to invite Ara and whoever else is interested in HR and onboarding programs to attend and listen to how people at Airbnb developed training programs, and also employee satisfaction surveys as well. So, okay, and that leads to my next point, which is HRI 2.0, and this is about building an effective employee satisfaction survey. This was a commitment we talked about at the last Leadership Guild discussion, and what we want to have is we want to have an employee satisfaction survey that can detect when employees are actually likely to resign, so that we can take preventative action against that. But also we want to know what the general satisfaction level is with leadership. So the hypothesis is that we can create a survey to detect patterns and behavior that precede a resignation. And what we're going to do is we're going to check with the HR departments at Airbnb to ask what questions that they have included in their employee surveys. But we're also going to pass this through our control KPI OKR method to work on the things that we can work on to control employee retention. And I think we will know if this is working if we can detect employee dissatisfaction earlier and also improve the control levers. This is just starting right now, actually. So this is one of my new initiatives. And that's it. That's my summary.
Okay, sir. Also, I don't know, is it necessary feedback or not? But from all of your cards, I don't see any deadlines. So I think
there are deadlines, actually. The only deadline I don't have is on the HRF.4. Let me create a deadline for that. I think I'll put it on June, it can be pretty late, June 22nd. Okay. The other cards all have deadlines already. The first card is due June 6th, second card June 22nd, third card June 5th, and June 8th.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the updates. Okay, let's go to my stack. So maybe for Mr. Secretary, you can just copy paste my updates from the comments.
Thank you. Okay.
So it's easier for you.
Okay.
So yeah, for lunch hour, the update was like I had a meetings with HR team yesterday, and they voted to move the daily scrum at 11 WITA. So lunch hour will be integrated to 12 to 1 WITA for both Bali and Jogja. But the case is that 11 WITA is at the same time with DM Scrum too.
Right.
Okay, so that's the update. And then for hiring a good ITB interns, I think it's slowing down right now for the applicants from ITB.
Hmm.
So we've had like zero new entry for this past 2 days, and my interview from yesterday is really a lot. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then today I have 2 people, but no hire. So that's the update.
Okay.
And then for one-on-one, yesterday I already had with the list. So today, since there's leaderships, there is no one-on-one, but I already scheduled all the rest team member to have the one-on-one starting from Sunday to Wednesday.
Okay.
And then for today happy hour, I already rolled out the paper, as you can see on the posters. Today the theme is going to be about words. So yeah, that's the update. And then for onboarding style program, for Faris onboarding style program, the update is that from the feedback yesterday, by the end of the day, I had meetings with Faris about what are the feedbacks. And then, yeah, some team member giving tasks out of schedule on Google Calendar. So my hypothesis is that basically this will overlap and distort the other activities and appointment that already scheduled with some particular person or some meetings. And I believe it seems like unexpected tasks can also cause an overwhelmed feelings for the candidates. And also that I created the assessment paper for trial is already created. I think Jing is already reviewed it, and it's still on review. So that's pretty much the update from my side.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, thank you. So is there any further discussion? Let's change the meeting roles first. So next chairperson gonna be Jing, and then secretary will be Vicky.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
Okay. So maybe we need to review before we start on the discussion. We need to review the meeting notes.
All right. So let me show my meeting notes. They're a little bit incomplete. I was a bit struggling here. I didn't get down Kiki's notes, but I'll go back and I'll copy them down and put them here. So I didn't finish my notes too because I was talking while I was taking the notes. But I've copied over all of Ara's comments. Thank you very much, Ara, for making that very easy. And let's see, there's no breakout meetings as of yet. And yeah, this part just skipped me. I didn't really have it ready. So let's go back to the chair.
Okay, then.
Hey, Emil, what's up? Hey.
Wow.
Okay.
Hello, Emil.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the discussion then. Go to the first discussion that we're going to have with Kiki about the theme of online class. Is that correct, Kiki?
Yeah. So you can suggest we can suggest a possible theme for webinar actually to Unpad student organization.
Okay, so have you asked on which classes exactly that we're going to be in? Because usually the team itself, we're going to align the class and see there's a chances to actually which team exactly that can align.
Oh no, so it's not actually an online class. It's more like a public discussion, a webinar that held by student organization. So it's they actually sempat suggest something like creative planner or something like that, and they think in startup like us, we can provide the certain knowledge of that. So yeah, it's just a suggestion from them, but we can actually offer our suggestion as well. We can create a list probably, and then we can offer
What the
to them
major exactly, Kiki?
what FEB cultural studies, just like yours, Ara, just like your not tourism, but cultural studies, faculty of cultural studies.
So it's gonna be like literatures, anthropology.
Yeah, yeah, sastra, Prancis, sastra.
Okay. So the audience will be cultural science, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sir.
Cultural studies.
Maybe do you have any interesting ideas to drop on for the talk?
Um, I don't know. Like, I guess here. Why don't we talk about something that everybody could be interested in? Then here's my brainstorm. Um, how to start? How to be an entrepreneur during a crisis?
That's good.
Yeah, is that fairly general? Like, this could be applicable if you just lost your job. This could be applicable if you can't find a job. This could be applicable to many different people, right? Related to their entry into. Oh, I got it! I got a great theme. I got it. Okay. Oh, how don't let a good crisis go to waste.
I
And
think that's
then,
better.
yeah.
I would, if I were you, as a social science, culture science student, I prefer not to use entrepreneur words
Okay.
because it's too economical and wrong. So that's just an advice. I don't know, but for uh, cultural science students, I would use another interesting. The second one that you mentioned is
How about how to make impact during a crisis?
that could be it.
How to make your dreams come true? Maybe. Yeah. And then we roll. I mean, entrepreneurship is just a word. I think all it means is just taking an idea and a new idea and making it into a reality. So I could talk years about this. Actually, I'm an expert on this topic. How to like not let a good crisis go to waste. So what you can do during a crisis to actually make yourself more competitive while other people are not thinking about these things. That'd be a good talk. I'd love to talk about that. Okay.
Okay. Maybe would you like to have a couple of other selections so they can select?
Sure. Okay. Well, Kiki, any? Well, I gave an idea. You guys gotta give me an idea now too. So it's gotta be fair.
Maybe
Yeah.
can you give ideas, PD?
Yeah, Fidi.
Ayo, Bapak PD.
Social science, right?
Yes, FEB.
Social science. Usually, social science students are, especially culture students, are interested in like the technicalities that they do not understand, like the implications. For example, if we do not understand a lot about how, for example, Bukit Vista, a tourism company, can be a startup, considered a startup that is innovative, and like how does a tourism company become innovative in a sense?
Okay.
Okay. Let's gather from Paris. Maybe can you give an idea what is an interesting topic to listen to right now as a FEB student, federal science student?
Okay, maybe in the middle of this crisis, the main point is to survive in many things. Maybe the title is could be how to how to keep productive and survive. No. Wait. Maybe survival toolkit in the middle of crisis.
Okay. Interesting. Actually, we can use the survive and thrive for the theme. I think I like those words. Like it's rhyme, and it's relevant, and it's easy to understand. Survive and thrive.
It's good.
Okay. Have any ideas?
I think that's good. Let's go. Back to ours. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. Maybe. Sorry. Yeah. You can say first before you forgot.
This is all good. the it's just a title, right? And then the content
Yeah.
will pretty much be essentially just an update on what we've been doing. So what have we been doing to respond to a crisis, and how does our response inspire people to join the company? Right there, it's like, hey, I like what you guys are doing. I want to be part of that. So I think ultimately it's just that's the main focus. How we package it, how we theme it, I think is sort of like surface dressing right now. So this is good. This is I think enough material. I can
Yeah.
pretty easily come up with a 30-minute, 40-minute discussion around this topic.
Okay.
So I copy this topic and I will send it to Unpad student organization. Like,
Yes.
oh, just to inform you guys that since it's public discussion, there might be a possibility that they will invite other opposite
Speaker.
from the speakers, yeah, other speakers that are related to hospitality industry or probably startup industry. So yeah,
Okay.
it will be a good exposure for
Okay.
us.
Very
Yeah.
well. Great. Thank you for arranging that. Okay. So far from here, is there any other discussion that we need to talk about, or to Jane?
Over to me. No, not really. I guess we've. Oh, right. We have a new practice now. We just tried it out in RM. Vinny, do you wanna go over that exercise we just did in RM of how to use the Eisenhower metrics to prioritize a initiative?
Oh, yeah. So I think Carl is also aware of the Eisenhower matrix, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what we did in RM is that if we have several different initiatives that uh, may take more resources than what we already have, we will arrange them by most important and most urgent to the least important to least urgent, and we will commence within the chapter the most important and most urgent first, and in these most urgent, not important, most important, and not urgent, we will try to find whether we can delegate, and important and not urgent, we will um, like put it on a pending or toss the idea out. So that's what we did. Using that, we are able to execute the plan and be focused according to what resource we have.
But we used actually a really cool voting system too, as well.
Yes. We kind of lay out all the initiatives and number it, and then we gave like 2 to 5 minutes to each participants in the Scrum meeting to arrange their idea, and after that we collect the voting results and also discussion if it's needed,
Yep.
if there's a split vote especially.
Okay. So shall we try that
Sure.
for today's meeting? So we're going to go through everyone's each initiatives.
We can. Yeah, actually, we can. That would be a fun exercise to see. Actually, that's a good discussion, Ara. So, Mrs. Chair, what we've noticed is what can happen over time, and I just noticed this today inside the marketing chapter, is that you have pivot inflation, where too many people are creating too many pivots, and it becomes distracting. It becomes where it's almost like there's no focus, right? So I think it's important. Like I just came up with 4 pivots, right? So do I actually have enough time and resource to work on all 4? I do not. I do not. So that way, I was thinking about who can I delegate these things to as quickly as possible. So I think we could actually go through a quick exercise, Mrs. Chair. Could I conduct it?
Yes, sure.
Okay. All right. Let's make it something fun, right? Let's make it something related to like an activity. Uh, well, actually, that could be kind of hard. Let's say, um, what are we gonna do on Saturday night? Yeah. Okay. Let's make it something fun. So this can be a date. This can be a movie. This can be whatever it is. But let's just make it a fun exercise. So what? So this is a demonstration to use the Eisenhower matrix for prioritizing decisions. Okay. One of the first things I think is to really think about what the resources are constrained. If you're going to, let's say, go out Saturday night, well, this is actually something fun. Maybe it doesn't have the same context. Let's say, what's something, Vidi? Can we get a scenario from you, Vidi? What's something that would be?
Right. So there, we would like to get go to a movie, let's say, and like go to movie, like go on a date, right? So we have different activities like go to movies, spend time in the park. But the resource constraint will be like the budget, how long, like time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Time, financial budget, uh, and like how many people will join. That will also be a constraint, like a resource.
Okay. All right. Let's go with that then. We'll carry on with the fun subject. How many people will join? Okay. So we have essentially, let's say, a budget, and we have a time. And then we have how many people will join. Those are sort of constraint on the resources. And this is the first part of actually going through this exercise, everyone. So the very first part is we just brainstorm, and everybody needs to come up with an idea. Let's go to R. R, what's your idea for an activity on Saturday night? What should we do?
Date night.
Yeah, sure. Like, what? What are we gonna do?
Movie
It's
date.
not date night. It's with us. It's with everybody. So we're gonna all do something together, right? So
Movie date night.
okay, so have a movie night. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, movie. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go over to Kiki. Kiki, do you have any ideas?
Cooking together.
Oh, cooking together. Okay. All right. Got it. Let's go over to Faris. Do you have any ideas?
Camping.
Camping. All right. Vinny?
Nomikai, drinking party.
Always.
That sounds very much okay. We
My
can
God.
have also an objective so that it's clear how we're making decisions. Let's just say most people will want to attend another event, right? So we want to have it such that everybody would be happy to come out and hang out again if we're successful. That's what, let's say, success looks like. Okay, and then let's say for Jing, I will say, I don't know, let's get together and a bonfire, right? That's like kind of my signature thing, right? Okay, so we have essentially now some different ideas, and what we'll do is we'll give each idea a code. Ara will be idea number 1, Kiki will be idea number 2, Faris will be idea number 3, Vinny will be idea number 4, and Jing will be idea number 5, okay? And then we build an Eisenhower matrix over here. So we create a table, and it's 2 columns, important, or actually urgent, not urgent. Actually, this is maybe where the analogy breaks down, right? Important and not important. Okay, let's say that there's, let's say, some constraints now. Let's say the movie night is for, let's say, the last night of a popular movie, right? Okay. So this is a movie that everybody wants to watch, and this is the last time that we can see it, okay? Cooking together, let's say we need to each spend, let's say, 50,000 plus on ingredients, okay? Camping, everyone needs to get there on their own, okay? Drinking party is BYOB, so everyone needs to bring alcohol, okay? And bonfire is, let's say, paid by company, and let's say it's with an ocean view, okay? So those are a few more dimensions that we could add into that discussion and see how that goes. Okay, so then the very next stage is, we need to give each thing a B, each quadrant C, B, okay? So what we're gonna do now is this, right? We're gonna create a voting system. Okay, and it's going to be category. Okay, Jing, Vidi, Ara, Faris, and Kiki. Okay. Okay, so I want you guys to do this right now, right? I want you guys to think of what number belongs with what letter. What is the? This will be fun to see if this actually works. Actually, I'm not sure what the results will be, but okay. Think of what you want in category A. What is category B? What is category C? And what is category D? Okay, so we'll each take a minute to think about it. What would you categorize as a urgent and important? What is not urgent, important? What is urgent, not important? And what is not urgent and not important? Okay. And then what I'm going
Jim,
to do? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
may I ask? Sorry for interrupt. Um, what's the main indicator for us to say that something is important?
Important for you.
I mean,
Important for
yeah,
the mission. Important for what
for the mission.
Yeah, for the mission. What kind of event would we need to have in order for people to want to come back and do this again, right? So
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's that's the objective. So we want to have an event such that success would mean if we had this event, we could have it again and everybody would want to come, right? And this is based on what you believe is actually going to take place, okay? So that would be important. Urgent would be what we need to do sooner rather than later, okay? So let's give it a shot. I'm going to send this to everybody, and what I want you guys to do is to think about it. All right, and then all at the same time. All right, we're all going to vote at the same time. The reason we vote at the same time is so that nobody changes their votes based on anything else. Okay, so based on another person's results. So I'll let you guys think about it for another 30 seconds, and then
So can you send the link aja in this chat?
oh yeah, that's actually better. Yeah, good call, Ara. Okay, there you go. So there it is. Don't vote yet. Don't vote yet. Okay, but just think about what you want to vote. Okay, and then at exactly 2:50, I'll call, and then we'll all vote. Okay, but give me actually at 2:50 I'll do a countdown, and then we'll vote. Okay. All right. Think about it.
Is it in number or in letters?
You're gonna put the number according to the letter.
Oh,
Right. So you're gonna put
okay.
the number. What number do you think belongs in A? What number do you believe belongs in B? What number you belong in C? What number belongs in D? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. It's 2:50. I'm gonna count down in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone, make your vote.
Oh,
The funny thing is,
it's loading. Wait.
Can I do this?
Oh my god.
Ara, what did you do? You can't put it.
I think all the things are
But you can't do that. You can only vote one because if you're doing that, you're not prioritizing, right?
right. Ah, this is hard.
Right. But this is also important.
Wait. Cooking is
Why do I think that? Oh my god. It's loading.
and then cooking.
Important. Urgent, yes.
No, I changed it. Sorry, guys. This was cooking.
Hey, wait. Ah.
Oops.
My
Now we don't have
god.
a blind test anymore, Vinny.
It's hard. I don't know why.
It's supposed to be hard. It's actually supposed to be hard, but that's
you-
why I want everyone to go through the exercise. Okay, I think we have most of the answers there. Kiki, just give it a thought. But this is essentially how we should make decisions, right? We sometimes avoid this process, and what happens later is that we accumulate a lot of projects and pivots that actually are not making impact and should not be prioritized. So this is the next level of leadership that I wanted to train everybody through in the entire company, in fact, which is how does everybody get a good sense of how to prioritize projects? And this is hard for two reasons. One, it's hard to sort of, what should come first, right? But it's also hard because it might hurt people's feelings, right? You have to kind of tell them your project's not accepted, which is okay. I mean, this is why we have the idea of fail fast, right? So that you think about a new idea if your idea didn't get selected. But if we select every idea, then we don't prioritize any idea and we don't get anywhere. Yes, all right.
Sir, actually, when you said that it is okay to tell people that their initiative is not that important, I think we should. Why? Yeah. No, seriously, like even like for myself, sometimes I don't even know, is my initiative impacting the company that much? Is it really necessary to be done, or should I do another thing? So I think that's really, we need to say things to people too.
Okay, excellent. Okay, great. I'm glad you feel that way. Try telling the content team that. I'll have different opinions. But okay, yeah, I think it really depends on each person's personality, but it is necessary feedback. It's necessary because then that creates a stronger. We were talking about like revenue bonuses, right? If everything is done correctly, it should be where everybody moves more towards getting revenue bonuses every month because everybody's working on the right projects, right? And that way it creates that alignment. So this idea of distributing this culture of prioritization, I think, is a fairly important next level thing that I want to distribute through the company. And I wanted to do this exercise with everyone today just to get you guys. This was a discovery that we made in revenue management. It's like, oh, hey, that was actually pretty fun, right? It really trains you to think about things in a more constrained way. Okay, great. So, all right. Later on, we can have a discussion, but this is actually, yeah, we're almost done with the time now. And but this is the format of it, and this allows everyone to have a discussion now, right? Because then you can say, why did you pick one, right? Why did you pick this? Why did you pick this? One was the only thing that had a time limit to it, by the way. So it should be kind of urgent, right? Everything else could be done any other time. 4, I thought, was kind of funny because not everyone drinks alcohol, right? So if we do have an alcohol party, then perhaps it won't be a party that people will come back to, especially. So that was probably not important, not urgent. But yeah, I think everyone has their own. Aaron doesn't like bonfires. I can't believe it.
Well, I've never attended one because you never invited me.
How is that possible? You've never.
Yeah, I've never been in Bali. Every time you have bonfire.
Is bonfire tiring? I mean, it's tiring, right?
So,
No. I didn't know. Ara said she never got invited. I was surprised because I thought, oh yeah, that's right. Ara's never been to one. Okay, next time you go to Bali, in fact, we'll just make your next trip to Bali a bonfire. That'll be the only reason you come.
okay.
I'll just bring you over for a bonfire. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's this idea. But this is also an idea that I want to generalize and socialize to the rest of the company. I believe when everyone can do this, then everyone is fully autonomous on their projects. Then they have their own way of checking to make sure things are right. Okay, that's it. Back to
Sure. Okay, so before we adjourn the meeting, I'd like to usually review the chair. So
Okay.
can you vote for 1 to 5 on how the chair is doing today? So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put.
1 to 5. The best is 1 or 5.
5.
The most.
5.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you're not voting.
Wait. Well, this is where we do it. Okay, so this is the chair's performance, and everyone will put their vote. Yeah.
Okay, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay then.
Give a six.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then I think that's pretty much it for today. Discussing for HR meetings. I motion to adjourn the meeting. Okay, second.
Okay.
Okay, okay, have a nice day, everyone. See you on happy hour.
Yeah, see you at the happy hour. Oh,
Okay,
Ari,
bye.
you didn't ask for feedback though.
What for a happy hour?
No, for what you could do better or what they.
Oh, I thought just scoring you. So. Okay, maybe starting from Jing with the lowest score. What could be done better, sir?
I think actually most of the parts are actually done really well. I think the reason why I gave a lower score is today I was actually first saw this right. I realized that now that we have, I think you get a 5 for basic chairing now, right?
Mhm.
So you're perfect already on the basic mechanics of chairing. You're on time. You tell people what's going on. You create a very friendly environment where a lot of information is being shared, and it's very festive here. Actually, it's really fun. So, and you're very detailed, and you cover all the cards correctly. You're not missing any details. The next level is actually where I think I talked about this earlier with Ferris. Is remember the mission of leadership, right? So you have essentially the if you're chairing, you have the obligation to discover what is the biggest opportunity and what is the biggest problem that we're facing. And part of that is understanding prioritization, right? So understanding how to prioritize, let's say, different initiatives, and to give feedback about if this initiative is on point. The other is about how to stimulate. I think this is really difficult. How to give constructive criticism that shuts down somebody's idea, but not shuts down their desire to come up with a new idea. That is I think necessary to keep the group efficient. So that's pretty much it. I'm now kind of looking at your performance from a different level. I think everyone should know what this is, right? The mission of leadership playbook. So this is what essentially is the criteria I think for very effective leadership of a chapter. You're looking to find the big opportunities. You're looking to find the big problems. You're looking also to prioritize. And part of prioritization is giving feedback that could be interpreted as negative in some ways, right? But it builds, I think, focus. It builds focus. It builds like what should I actually focus on. So that's that. That's what I get. Okay.
Okay. To VD, is there anything that I can improve, VD?
For now, I think the usage of the tool and the fluency of the meeting itself is already okay. And I see that Kara also reminds others in written documentation. So for now, nothing much from me. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then to Faris, do you have any? Oh, hello, Om Rafiq, just stay here. We're going to be done in a couple of minutes. Faris, do you have any feedback?
Okay, agree with as chair.